Greetings, good vibes. Greetings and good vibes. I want to set an intention right now. Love. Love and character. Character. What is your character? What is the role you play? What is your character and what is the role you play? So, this video is going to be entitled Nipsey Hussle's Ascension into the Body of Christ. So, what I want to talk to you guys today about is the fact that I identify as a black man. I know that I am a soul in a body. I know that my reality far extends and expands past this physical realm. So knowing that I can have compassion for everything and everybody, right? But I have to get real and raw. I can't deny the fact that there's a war against people of color and people who are black and people who look differently, or people who are made and labeled and boxed in and marginalized. Why are these people labeled, boxed in and marginalized and oppressed? Because they have special gifts and abilities. If you didn't have special gifts and abilities, nobody would try to marginalize and box you in. Nipsey Hussle was a very special man so before I really talk about him, I wasn't a fan of the music. I didn't listen to the music, but I was a fan of his message. And I'm sure, if I would have listened, I would have liked his music. I did hear Fuck Donald Trump. I just want to give the disclaimer and be clear that I wasn't a fan of Nipsey Hussle, but I was a fan of his hustle. And, I just want to give him respect. I don't want to sit here, and act like I followed the guy from his inception, But I did take strongly to his victory lap season, and to see him just really propelling and elevating. Like, this was a complete glow up elevation for him. And so the fact that Nipsey Hussle was shot yesterday, age of 33, and so this is an astrology page, y'all. This is an astrology page, so we're going to talk about some astrology. I want to talk about the astrological details surrounding his death, and why that day was so significant and the specifics of it. So Nipsey Hussle, young black man, a father, community philanthropist, a musician, a rapper, someone who had to help himself so that he could help other people. These are angels. These are our angels. These are our prophets. These are our preachers. These are our messiahs. These are our way showers. And we have to start giving respect and giving credit where credit is due, in the right way. And I guess the people I'm talking to is what I really want to be able to do is sit everyone down, but specifically people of color, because we know not what we do. In the words of Jesus, we know not what we do. We know not what we do. We look at a death like Nipsey Hussle, and yes, we're sad about it. And, we, are wondering why, and we're going through the motions, but we have to be fixated on the higher goal, the higher prize. And the higher prize is in the fact that Nipsey Hussle is now able to help us way more than he did when he was here in his physical body. And I believe that Nipsey is granting me permission and granting me rights. His energy, his spirit has granted me the right. And I pray, that's the truth. I just want to clarify the fact that Nipsey was a prophet. He was an angel. He was a God. And he knew that, and that's why he was shot and he was killed. There's a war on love. There's a war on consciousness. It's a war on black people. It's a war on melanated people. Black people, Hispanics, people of color, people with melanin. People who look like me, who have high melanin features, because we are supernatural entities. And once we unlock and tap into our DNA through meditation and eating right and sunlight and grounding and chanting and singing and praying, we unlock so many codes, so many DNA strains, so many lifetimes get awakened up into us that we just turn into Super Saiyans. And that's why they want us dead. Nipsey was killed on a block that he owned, pretty much in front of a store on Slauson Avenue in LA at 33 years old, the same age that Jesus was crucified, right? So why is that number significant? Why is that number significant? Because it's the number of the master teacher. It's the number of ascension. So Nipsey was already, the thing about it is, y'all have to understand the story of Jesus and the concept of Jesus. Jesus was a rebel. Jesus' ministry on earth was rebellion. He was rebelling against the whole government. The Pharisees and the Sadducees and the Roman Empire, the Roman government, the priests, and those who were all hooked in with the government, he was confronted by all of them. The same thing happened with Nipsey. I don't know the details I just know that he was shot 6 times. And that's the other thing that is synchronistic too. And also the fact that he was affiliated with a gang, he grew up within his neighborhood from his past, called the Rolling 60s, a Crip. So all these sixes, all this service, all this balance and perfection, Nipsey Hussle's death was nothing but an exchange with the divine so that we can open up and really become leaders and really become full-fledged prophets, magicians, preachers, soothsayers, alchemists, all those things. His death was an initiation. At 33, Jesus was crucified and he was initiated into a higher order. His body was laid to rest, but his spirit ascended. So what's going to happen now is Nipsey Hussle's spirit is going to ascend, and what's already ascended, and now this is releasing endorphins and certain chemicals in our body right now. Because this is the thing, the moon was in Aquarius, which is about our social consciousness and about our unique perspective as a society and how we can shift those things, how we can shift society, shift culture, and how we can bridge the gap between new and old and create a better world. So the moon was in the sign of our awareness. And so he was a Leo. Nipsey Hussle was a Leo, okay? A Leo. So that's Aquarius' opposite sign. So you have to understand that when the moon is in a particular sign, or when you're born, like I was born with the moon in Gemini. So, and I was born with the sun in Sagittarius. So the way that I express myself is through information, creativity, and, challenging myself. You know what I'm saying? So the moon sign is the inner expression. The sun sign is the outer expression that helps to subjugate the moon sign. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're born with, so like right now, the sun is in Aries and the moon right now is in Pisces. So the vibe is very musical, dreamy, it's emotional, it's everything in the unseen, in the unseen room. And so with the sun in Aries, which is all about leadership, forward moving, initiation, we want to express, we want to lead. Our intent is to lead with love and with emotions and with compassion. It's a very compassionate time that we're in. So we want to lead everything. Okay, I got it. Everything is love right now. So if that makes sense, you understand that the sun sign helps to express the moon sign. The moon is the inner emotion. So with the moon being in Aquarius yesterday, there was an activation. There was an activation and there was an initiation into a new realm. And the fact that the moon was in Nipsey Hussle's opposite sign, his opposite sun sign, it just lets me know that what was being released and what was being expressed was the need for society to wake up. And so how does this break down? When I say society, I mean all of us to wake up, you know. And this is happening on multiple levels, but specifically with all the souls and beings and light workers and communities of people who are connected to Nipsey Hussle. There was a call and a wake up. This was a wake up call. Nipsey Hussle death is a wake up call. Nipsey Hussle death because what I want to get across to you guys is that he died at the right time. Everybody goes at the right time. The universe works in perfect order. So what I'm trying to help you guys see is that he died at an age of perfection. 33 is like that's a perfect set of numbers. That's about contact, communication, growth, balance, exchange. I mean, he really, 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 really grew. Like, he was at a point where he was ready to really, really, really lead and change things. And, you know, again, he was a community philanthropist. You know, he was awakening his community to the power they have and helping us to disengage from these governmental ordinances. You understand what I'm saying? Overall, that's what he was doing. He was helping to wake us up to social justice, to the real oppression, to plant life. He was going to do a documentary on Dr. Sebi, the one who found the cure to AIDS in plants and herbs and natural things, who that man was killed. So, you know, I might put out this video, and I don't really have any subscribers, but I'm going to tag this video up. I know that for sure so people can see it. And people may see this, and people may want to find me and want to kill me. Because I got knowledge, and I got know-how, and I know the secrets of the world that they've been hiding, that the world has been hiding. And I know how to tap into my spiritual awareness and become one with the divine. I am one with the divine. And I'm not even about to sit here and act like, you know, I'm still learning a lot of things. But I'm a teacher, and it's like I know too much. And that's why I stumble when I talk. I stumble when I talk, and I'm nervous all the time. It's because I feel too much, and I know too much. I'm hooked into too much. And people will try to kill me, but it's okay. So Nipsey Hussle's death was, you could call it a sacrifice, but it was really overall the promise of it was an initiation and rebirth. A rebirth of his spirit and his intention through the masses. So what's about to happen is rebellion is about to really shift. There's going to be some things hidden that are going to come to the light, some ordinances, some associations, some paperwork, some organized deception that's about to come to the light. I'm telling you this as a prophet, as a seer, as a clairsentient. I'm telling you guys that we are at war. And so there's war between demons and angels. There's war between good and evil. There's a war right now in the mind, you know, for the territory of who would dominate the opinion of schisms and isms, keeping us all informed of religion, conforming our vision to the world church's decision. So Nipsey Hussle was out here speaking the truth, y'all. Nipsey Hussle was out here, you know, making sure that his people was good. He owned the block. He owned like a whole block. He reinvested into his community. They don't like that. That's called power. When you have the power to influence minds and people and, you know, turn them off from the system and get them gaslit to the truth of their existence, you know, the powers that be, the hierarchical demonic orders of this earthly dimension, they don't like that because they're in fear that they're going to lose everything. And there's no love in fear. No love and anxiety like that. You know? There's no love in that. No love. Nipsey Hussle was a martyr. He was an upstanding citizen and an upstanding member of his community. He came from gang life. That's what he knew. He came from the hood. He came from what he knew, and he raised his consciousness, and he was able to now help others ascend and gang up. So, again, 33 years old, shot 6 times, 5 times in the body, once in the head. That was an assassination. That was an initiation. That was a blood sacrifice. But what it's going to do is going to make way for the chosen ones, the rest of the chosen ones to raise up. Because I'm an angel. I'm an angel of light. I'm a God being. I serve the heavenly army. I work with the angelic realm. So I just wanted to pull an angel card while I'm talking, just to get a message from the angels. And basically everything that I'm saying it's being said right here in the card. Look, all is well. Archangel Jeremiah, everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. So everything, like the point of this video that I'm making is that Nipsey Hussle's death was an initiation. And it was a blood sacrifice. But what it did was it released our promise. It released our promise of a better tomorrow. It released a promise for us to get to the promised land. Think about it, you all. I don't know who I'm talking to in these videos, but y'all have to understand that religion, is a myth. Religion and this church shit, all that stuff is a myth. The real church is outside of the four walls. Jesus, Nipsey Hussle was Jesus. He was a Christ figure. Killed, crucified at 33. I don't know the details surrounding, why he was killed, but I'm pretty sure it was jealousy. It was like a Jesus and Judas situation. Somebody was jealous, he had power, and the government wanted to kill him off. They found some people who knew him, who were close at some point, close to him at one point, connected with him, paid him off, and shot his ass. Just like Jesus. Well, he was crucified. Same difference. So I just really wanted to make this video to kind of help people to understand and to move along more easier and to, gain a higher perspective and know that we are not left alone. And that all is well. But all is well, you have to know it though. You have to believe it. And how do you believe that all is well? By understanding and knowing the truth. And if you know the truth, you will know that all is well. You will know that peace is the way forward. It's peace. This week is a week of peace. It's Monday. The moon is in Pisces. I already pulled cards yesterday for this week and what this week was going to be like and how we should handle our situations. And I'm handling it by becoming the magician. Like, I'm going to be making videos and I'm going to be coming at you guys with some stuff so that I can pretty much brand myself as like a spiritual teacher. Because honestly, that's really what I am. Yes, this is called the Gemini Moon Astrology page. But I use astrology to teach people about themselves and to teach them about the universe. I study astrology. I am an astrologer, but that's not really a title that is going to stick all the way through because I'm way much more than that. You understand? I utilize astrology. It's one of my tools to help me better my relationship with the divine and help me better my relationship with the community, to better my relationship with the people who I'm called to minister to. And so I do want to pull a card or two just to kind of... So I guess this video really should be titled Nipsey Hussle's death was an initiation. All is well. Nipsey Hussle's initiation. All is well. Or it should just be called Nipsey Hussle. All is well. Because what this is going to do for his children and what it's going to do for all children, all his fans, all those who knew him and loved and support him, especially those within the marginalized communities of Black, African American, Hispanic communities, the gang culture. It's going to really help to wake us all up to the truth of what we can really do and the power that we really have. And we're spiritual beings, you guys. We are souls in a body. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that he was 33, he was shot 6 times, and Venus was in 6 degrees of Pisces, which really Pisces is where we go to die. where we go to be engulfed in the divine and the ethereal realm, where we go to evolve. So this is a point of evolution. Nipsey Hussle's death as a rapper, as a prophet, as a community activist was a point of evolution, and it really marked. It was actually great that it happened before the new moon in Aries. So everything's happening in perfect timing, you guys. Everything is happening in perfect timing. That's the thing about it. Everything is happening. Like, timing is everything. The time of death, timing is everything. That's why you got to understand, like, astrology, you know, and these deaths and, you know, all this stuff, everything has its correspondent, you know. Everything has its correspondent. And everything has its opposite. So it's like you can't even deal in what you may think is reality at the time. You really have to look at everything on 3 different levels: mental, spiritual, and physical. So it can all work together, and that's what breeds holiness. And that's why Jesus was an ascended master, because he was able to breathe a way for people by combining the elements and by fusing the mind, body, and soul as one with the Father, thinking about everything mentally, spiritually, and physically. And the number 6 is here again, 6 of Pentacles. This was a given exchange. This was a gift that was given to us. Like, his death was a gift. His death was a gift because what it's going to release is this social awareness that we now need to become empowered. It's going to release an awareness for that we all need now to become empowered. And we have the Hierophant card. So what this is telling me, and excuse the noise outside my door, I live with a bunch of monkeys. So, 6 of Pentacles, and we got the Hierophant. This 6 of Pentacles, so what this is letting me know is that, yeah, it was a gift, because whatever I've been talking about for the last 20 minutes was about pretty much the number 6 and how we could see all these 6s in the equation. There's all these 6s. 33 shot 6 times. Venus was in 6 degrees of Pisces when he was shot and killed, and he was from the rolling 60s. Perfection. So what's happened is this is governmental perfection. What's about to happen is the establishment is being, so how do I say this? Angels, my guides, my spirit guides, come on. I got my wine here. I got to relax. But this was a spiritual initiation for governmental perfection, so that we can end the stories that we've told about the things we valued, about reality today. This is about to help open us up to the real reality that we're living in, this physical sense, in these governmental, traditional, cultural structures, you guys. Like, this is, we have the 6 of Pentacles right here. 6 of Pentacles, service. This is divine service. And this is about growth. We've grown now. We're going to grow into our true potential. We're going to grow into the body of Christ. We're going to become warriors of the truth. We're becoming warriors of the truth. Warriors of the truth. The body of Christ. So we got the Hangman, Pisces. So needing to see things in a new way. This death was a gift. This death is going to help us to see things in a new way, and to help us to surrender to divine love. And it's going to help us to really end these long, drawn out stories that we've told ourselves. And it's going to really wake us up. It's really going to wake us up. Really, really, really going to wake us up. And there's going to be some competition now after this. There's going to be some arguments. There's going to be some power battles of the will. And, you know, we're coming up on this new moon in Aries on Friday, which is, again, really, 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 for me, that's going to be a gateway. Aries new moon is going to be a gateway. It's going to be an initiation, a gateway, and a rites of passage into our new form as people. Relationships are going to change. Governmental structures are going to change. There's a lot of change this week. A lot of change. It's a lot of change surrounding this death. Because I feel like his death truly, truly, truly was another, a testament to how the good ones die young. The angels always seem to go before their time, but he did not go before his time. He did not go before his time. He did not go before his time. And now I got the judgment card coming out, letting me know he did not go before his time. He is caught up in heavenly angelic realm. He is now an ascended master, a helper, a leader. He is one of the leaders in the heavenly armies. Nipsey Hussle is a leader in our heavenly army, in our ascended master, light worker, angelic army, hierarchy, the tribe. His life was not in vain. And this is the judgment. He had a calling. It was time for him to go. It was time for him to go. It was time for him to go.
You trying to smoke?
I'm making a video right now, but yeah. I'm gonna come on right now. I'm about to do it right now. I got called to go smoke break, y'all. I gotta cut the video short. I don't want to leave y'all hanging, but that's all she wrote right there. Like, that's all she wrote. Smoke up, live free, and live for the day, plan for tomorrow, but live in the moment. Like, celebrate. This is gonna be a point of celebration. Nipsey Hussle's death was a gift. I'm about to go, y'all. I love y'all. Love everybody. See y'all later. See you on the flip side. God bless you. All right.